Hi Gemini, welcome to your new love reading for 18. Everything you need to know about this reading is in the description box below, as well as the recommend a reader shout out, which goes to Divinely Guided Tarot. Much love and support to her, and hopefully you get a chance to check her out, show her some love and support if you like what she has to say. This is intended for a romantic love read. On the off chance it could be about work, new job, new friendship, that sort of thing, but it's intended for romance. All right, so Gemini. All right, Gemini. Ooh, okay, look at you. Set adrift on a new adventure. We got Queen of Swords, Eight of Cups, Knight of Cups, Tower, Ace of Swords. You could be dealing with a Scorpio or a Libra. What else? King of Pentacles, Five of Cups. Oops. So Gemini, you could be dealing with a Virgo, male or female. Could possibly meet this person online, or you might have to keep in touch with them online because they might be moving away for a period of time, or they might be at a distance. And it very well could be the distance that this is an online relationship, because it looks like you're going to have it's going to be hard for you to be able to see each other and to do things just yet as a couple. Somebody's going to have to decide to move. Honestly, I mean, if this is going to go anywhere, because the interest is there, but unless somebody decides to move, it's going to stay online. And I don't, honestly, you're an air sign, but I don't know how much of that I think you're eventually going to want to be in proximity with someone. So we've got Tower, Eight of Cups, and the Fool. This is all, for me, it's all about moving. And it could be that someone is moving out of town, and that's why it has to be online for now. Or you have met them on some kind of vacation or whatnot, and they have to go back to where they live, or you have to go back to where they live. I feel like you've met this person online, though. I feel like the distance is implied because you've met them online. All right, so what's this Queen of Swords about? Six of Swords. All right, so here's the thing. You two probably have met because you are both dealing with breakups. So it could very well be that you meet through some friend circle, or you've met online. You're both fresh out of relationships, so you kind of start in that vein. Not that you're sharing, woundology, or that you're bonding over your jerk ex or this or that, but I think you two kind of understand each other on that level because you both kind of went through a similar situation. You'll find out, but this is definitely somebody online. The more this is, I mean, look at these swords here for one, but also, intuitively, what's this Eight of Cups? A Death card. So this is somebody that's come out of, they're starting to poke their head out of the cave because they've come out of something that has ended that was pretty pivotal and transformational for them. So this is going to be someone that's probably going to be self-protective because of that, because this was a painful process for them. And I also think that your understanding of what they went through, because you went through something similar, is going to be what bonds you together, what you kind of get, what helps. And the thing is, though, the distance will be a problem eventually. I shouldn't say will be, but you'll find that you're going to get frustrated, because as your affection and your interest in this person grows, the distance is going to bother you. One of you is going to have to move. I mean, that would really be the help here, because you're gonna, Gemini, it's not that this is the be it end all true love for you. It's somebody new that you met, and you two find that you have a lot in common as far as what each of you went through in a relationship. You're both single and free, but there's a common, you'll find that you have a lot in common, that you think the same, or you have the same opinions. There's a lot of mental sameness there and familiarity, like you two think the same, and the attraction grows from there. But it's going to be, at some point, it's going to be kind of frustrating and disappointing because you can't be a physical couple. What's this Knight of Cups? My God, I'm just a picture of sunshine, aren't I? This is Eeyore Tarot. What's this Knight of Cups here? Knight of Cups, Knight of Swords. Yeah, this distance is going to be frustrating for you. It's going to be, and the thing, it's going to be like the first crisis, because your attraction and your interest will grow, and then it'll be like, oh God, how are we going to do this? And I think moving might be on the table, moving towards you or them, you know, but that's going to take a while. It's going to be a process, but it is something that I think you'll want to discuss with this person, because I think that the attraction is going to grow, and I think you're going to want to be in proximity so that you can see if this is going to go anywhere, because you definitely have strong attraction, and especially emotionally, like you're really starting to, at some point about, well, I shouldn't say 2 months in, but there's going to be some kind of idealizing or really like fantasizing about what it would be like if you could be with this person. But because of the distance, that's going to be something that's hindering. And it looks like they're not in any hurry to close the distance. And it could very well be because they just got out of something. They don't want to go through that again, so they're kind of going to be a bit guarded. And they're going to prefer to kind of stay in their lane and stay with what's familiar and stay in control of everything. Whereas you might be chomping at the bit like, hey, let's do this. They're just like, let's take it slow a little bit. I just got out of something. I'm where I'm at now. I don't know that I want things to change very much. That could prove challenging for you, not going to lie. What's this tower about? Oopsie. Tower about. Yeah. Shake things up a bit. Getting some water, pardon me. We'll get back to this in a minute. So what's this Ace of Swords about? 7 of Cups. Good. So the thing is that because this is a relationship of distance, or, yeah, well, there's no or. It's a relationship of distance. So the Geminis that I'm reading for, this is a relationship of distance right now. It'll start with a lot of cerebral connection, a lot of commonality, a lot of just a really good rapport. You know, you like talking to this person, you find them funny, witty, they're interesting, they like what you have to say, the feelings are mutual. They're going to be more reserved than you are, though, and they're not going to want to get this off the ground as quickly as you will. That's going to be frustrating and disappointing at first, but I think it's just because your feelings are going to grow for them rather quickly, and you're going to want to get this off the ground. They're going to be like, whoa, let's slow our roll here, let's kind of slow down a little bit, I'm in no hurry. I just got out of something that was rather painful. I'm good. I'm over it. I'm clear, but I don't want to go through that again so quickly. I want to take time with this, and it would be really helpful to explore options, and to talk about, okay, well, let's, you know, like, I hate to say that you're going to be in the driver's seat, but it might be that you have to be the one to say, okay, so because of this, let's work out a schedule to where we're going to go visit each other or something. Because this is about talking about options, talking and discussing about options and choices and things like that. It could be choices like, okay, well, let's see other people until we can be exclusive. I don't know how that works, but okay. But this is all about exploring choices. And there's going to have to be some kind of move. Somebody's going to have to move so that you two can have a chance. Because this is only going to be able to last so much online. And I think maybe expressing that truth, or saying, look, this could only have... Otherwise, we might just have to keep our feelings at bay, or kind of keep like, yeah, this is great, but we both know that until one of us can move closer to each other, it's not going to be what it could be. Like, the feelings are there, but we're not going to go any further at this point, because until we can be in proximity, because we've got distance all over the place here, and we've got online communication. So it could be that this is about saying that, like, once you reach a certain point, okay, you know what, until somebody moves, we don't have a chance at a new beginning. And I think this is pretty appropriate here, because this is being disappointed, but you've still got options and choices. Except it first feels like, oh, this isn't going to work. No, it's not that. It's just that, okay, the way it's going to work is this. I'm not going to put all eggs in one basket, because I know that right now this person is kind of off limits after a certain point because the distance. And they're not in any hurry to get out there and charge forward and they just got out of something. They probably just moved away themselves. They probably just resettled somewhere. So they're not going to be in any hurry to resettle or move again. And I think at first it's going to be disappointing, but I think once you both agree, okay, this is how we're going to handle it, once you discuss your options, it's going to be much better. Because at first it'll be like, oh man, this isn't going to work out. It doesn't have to be that way. And I think, surprisingly, I think your person's going to be the one, this new love interest is going to be the one that points that out. Because they're very practical about things. They're very independent. Not going to be needy or clingy, that's for sure. All right, so what else for Gemini? That says vision. That's all about, again, with the options, talking about your options. And while you might be able to see what it is in the future, which is why you want to get this off the ground, just recognize you might have to wait for a little bit because of the distance until you can get the distance sorted. So I think, like I said, you kind of, there's this romanticizing because, the feelings grow and whatnot. And so you're going to want to really get this off the ground because you have this vision of what it could be like. You have, like, you're kind of taking a long game here. Like, hey, this could really be something. Like, we could have a real shot here, And yet you're both wise enough to know after you discuss and talk that, all right, for right now, we're going to keep things at bay. We're going to keep in touch, but it's not going to be one of those things until we can get close in proximity. So it's almost like this person's going to kind of be on the back burner unless you want to travel to go see them or them you, but you're not going to let it go any further than that because you don't want to get hurt either. You're a little more farther along than they are as far as being over your person. We got the Six of Swords and the Fool here. So you're ready for this. Like, you're like, yeah, let's go. Let's get this show on the road. They are going to be a bit more reticent. They're going to need a little bit more time because they just got out of it. They're clear of it. There's no hanger on. They're not pining or anything like that, but it was an ordeal for them. So they're not going to be too keen on hurrying things along. Or Gemini. The Lovers. This could be Gemini, Taurus, or Libra. Again, talking about your options, because this could be this. One thing, this is, this bodes well for the connection that you have, right, superficially. But if you get a little deeper, this is about choosing each other. This is about making that commitment. Well, what kind of commitment are we going to have? Maybe we're going to see other people for now until logistically we're more, you know what I mean? Like, it's all about exploring your options and deciding what kind of commitment or choosing what are we going to do? What's our choices here? What's our commitment look like? This is about that. I think that's going to be key. It's just to talk about now that we have this newfound attraction and interest. It's only going to be able to go so far. So how do we want to handle this? Do we want to visit 3 times a year? You know what I mean? Like, this is all about discussing your choices. And it looks like, this is about you two feeling the same for each other. So that's nice. Kind of not be very good if it just went one way. That's good. All right. What else for Gemini? Gemini's Libra. What else for Gemini? What is Libra? Judgment. 10 of Pentacles reversed. So right now, this is not going to be a stable or a committed partnership. It's going to be someone that you probably have an attraction to and whatnot, but because of the distance, this is Judgment. So this is someone that, again, they've just gotten out of something. They've just ended something, and they're kind of in that clearing. So they're not going to be in any hurry, whereas you're more ready than they are. So it's just a matter of realizing that, and so that you don't get disappointed or get your feelings hurt because they're not raring to go like you are. And it's not that you're going to be like trying to manage and force. It's just that that's just something to consider, because it's not that they don't feel the same or that not that they're not interested in you. It's that they just want to take things a little slower because they've just been through it and they've just come out of it, and they're like, okay, I just it's almost like this is like kicking an addiction. It's like, I just got over this. I just want to coast a little bit. Yes, the interest is there. Yes, the attraction's there. But let's talk for a little while. Let's talk about this. I just want to revel in the fact that I like you. I don't want it to have to mean something just yet, All right. So, Gemini, it's there, but logistically, it's going to wait a while. Okay. I hope this was helpful, and I hope to see you in the next reading, and I wish you a happiness. All right. Take care.